Number 10. Pokemon Emerald version. Out of all the Pokemon games released between 1998 and 2005, I had to at least choose one for these videos. Why Emerald? Because it's a definitive version of Ruby and Sapphire, and those were successful enough. You guys know I'm not a fan of this franchise, but I thought at least a couple of them deserve to be in this video series. Number 9. Romancing Saga Minstrel Song. This game is a full remake of the original Romancing Saga that never came out of Japan. We got it on the PS2 and goodness, what a beautiful game. It has a criminally underrated soundtrack and bright looking artwork everywhere you look. Of course, it's an extremely cryptic game and you can't beat it without a guide, but it's totally worth the time and effort. 8 different characters to lead the story, intersecting plot-wise and also in battle. I liked it a lot, even without the normal leveling up system. Romancing Saga may be more of a hidden gem than anything, but it's definitely one of the best JRPGs of 2005. Number 8. Suikoden IV. No way I was gonna leave out a Suikoden title just because it's the black sheep of the family. The fact that it's the worst out of the main 5 doesn't mean it's bad. I love this 4th entry. The battles, even though reduced to 4 active party members, were still a blast. The Sea Wars were still quite engaging, with some fun elemental attributes on them. And the duels were still a total fun bag, as in any other Suikoden game. Black Sheep, sure, whatever, still one of the best this year. Number 7. Atelier Iris Eternal Mana. First one in this prolific series that was localized after several entries on previous systems. Iris, however, was different since it focused more on the adventure side. This meant it felt more like a classic turn-based RPG than an overload of synthesis and alchemy. It was a great start for an underrated trilogy and one of the best of 2005. Number 6. Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2. So this game, cut into 2 parts, both released the same year, became cult classics over the course of time. I've been praising them ever since for hardcore players, as they are grindy and quite challenging. But to be able to experience their twistedly dark story with a savage cast of characters is worth every flaw they might have. And that music, man, that frigging music. Number 5. Xenosaga Episode II. Another black sheep in JRPGs, because the art and character design was different, because the skirmishes were weird and tricky. You know what? It's the same case as Suikoden IV. The worst Xeno game? Maybe. A bad one? Far from it. Xenosaga 2 is still an impressive looking RPG, very hard, that's true, but totally worth it. Again, at least just for the amazing story it has. Number 4. Radiata Stories. The only action RPG in the list, and one that is pretty darn good. Created by Tri-Ace as a love letter to Suikoden, since you can also recruit dozens of characters here to join your ranks. Splendid story that shines with charisma all around it, just like its memorable world and its many inhabitants. Radiata Stories is a forgotten gem nowadays that you need to remember. It's one of the best of 2005. Number 3. Dragon Quest VIII. I've always said there was a big jump, graphically speaking, from the last entry and this one. With the help of Level 5, Square Enix created a gigantic game with an enormous world and a deep, story-driven adventure. Once again, with the orchestral melodies this important series is known for. Number 2. Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones. One of the greatest JRPGs on the Game Boy Advance, second best only to its predecessor, the Blazing Blade. Perhaps one of the most popular out there, considered as a favorite back in the day. An outstanding addition to the series, a perfect salutation for beginners and veterans alike. If you think Dragon Quest VIII is better, I won't argue, but my love for Fire Emblem couldn't be ignored. Number 1. Fire Emblem: Path of Radiance. Several months later, after the release of the Sacred Stones, the fandom was ready to meet the masterpiece of the GameCube. Path of Radiance defined evolution in strategy RPGs in the highest level possible back then. I applaud the incredible invested story with its large cast of admirable characters, the carefully designed maps in all their tactical glory, a surprisingly exceptional soundtrack and a perfect interface. I wholeheartedly deliver the crown of 2005 to Ike and his legendary band of mercenaries. Another great year with so many significant games. Be very prepared for the next one, cause it will include some of my personal all-time favorites. See you then in 2006.